Morning all, and welcome to Clyde's Modelling Channel. Right, as you may or may not know, this is the Revell 132 Super Hornet F, which is a two-seater. Now I've done a review on the kit, and then there's quite a few little, I don't know how to call it, little nasties. So the first one I pointed out was the nose. Right, to all those that have got this kit, this nose, I'm not kidding you, was not a good one. It had a massive bulge here, right? So I've sanded the bulge down, I've sanded it all around the sides to take what it looked a bit like a pot belly. So now it looks a bit more sleek, yeah? So it's got a little bit of a couple of hamster cheeks there, but not enough to worry about anymore. Now, as you can see, there's filler. Yep. The skin got so thin there, which I didn't realise because I glued this on, that a hole bored out, and then the hole just got bigger and bigger. So I had to fill it with Tamiya resin putty. So what I'd say, a good tip for all of those who've got this, excuse me, including Nigel at Nigel's modelling bench, you've just been and bought this, mate. Now, what I would do is, he didn't notice it at first, but then when he was looking at it, he did notice the bump. The whole nose needs shimming down to make it not the same as the trumpeter kit, but near enough. What I would do is I would fill the nose cone with resin, so that when you do start to sand it into shape, you won't have what happened to me. And the only reason that hole appeared is because, believe it or not, an airbrush needle was in the box, and the skin was that thin, the airbrush needle pierced it, went straight through and tore a hole about 3mm long in the front, and then it just got bigger until it ended up curling round the side. So that's your nose, right? There is, I've sanded them down now, but there's like seam lines that run down here, and they run all the way down here, right the way down. They, again, they need sanding off, completely sanding off. I've also noticed the two new ones. And I don't know whether it's going to pick this up, but there's one there, and the other one is highlighted by the black marker pen. So, when you do this kit, you're going to have to sand the backbone down as well to get rid of it. I mean, it's actually, there you go, you can hear it on my nail. So right down the back of her to here is another mould line. Now, these things here, they pushed in. I sanded them as flat as I could get them, so they are literally paper thin. And look at the marks; they're still not sitting right. If I had to do this model again, which I won't be, I would either cut the squares out on the bottom, place them in with a piece of block or something on the top, so you know they're flush to the surface, and then just put a couple of super glue dots on them, and then glue around it when the super glue is dried, not dyed. So yeah, so that's what I would do there with that. The other thing as well, now we've got some paint, is look at, I don't know whether, I just might have had a really bad deal on this kit, but look at all the sink marks in these engines at the rear. I don't know whether this light's picking them up, but let's have a look. I mean, there you go, look, you can see here, and this is all the way round, the whole way round on both sides. Loads, there you go, you can see it there, look. the line, just sink marks. I don't know. I kind of get into it and then I'll give up on it and I'll get back into it again. And then it's when you get things like that, you just think to yourself, well, what do I do? But I keep going. I'll get it finished. I don't know what markings I'm going to do it in. I feel that the markings that came in a box just might be a little wasted on it because they are nice markings. Now the other thing as well is we zoom in here. This can all be filled. It's like where they don't marry up. As for the inside of the intakes, again, you know, you've got gaps where, I don't know, where I mean, they all sit flush, don't get me wrong, look, but it's just, they don't push up, or I haven't got mine to push up. It's like a ridge there. It's the same with the other side, only this one steps out. That one doesn't, that's pretty flat, but that one steps out. I mean, so it's saying there's a big crack there, look, and that one. So, you know, this all needs filling around here because it just doesn't fit. I've run a file on it to try and get it to fit, and the minute you get it there fitting, something else doesn't fit. So in the end, I just stuck it on, and then I ran gloop around it, and then smoothed it off with Tamiya Extra Thin. So I've got to sand this thing down on the back. I've still got to make pretty good on most of it. And then I'll just paint the whole thing black, and then I'll start to do the paintwork on it. It is a lovely kit. I mean, for shape-wise, it's a super hornet. Can't complain. But it's just, how the hell did they get all these sink marks? And I mean, yes, it says 2017. Well, I heard about this in 2017. I actually heard in December 2016 that they were bringing something like this out to, you know, compete with the trumpeter, which we saw the first one appear. And when there's a first one, there's usually a second one. So yeah, I mean, I don't know why they didn't. Hang on, let's have a look. Just bash her in a bit. It's too wide out to make this in two halves. I mean, I'm going to have to flatten all of that off because look, join mark right in the middle, and then add these two ribs afterwards. It's just more work. Why? You know, when you go to work, you don't go to work and make yourself more work or make it hard for yourself. You make it easier. You just, you know, you build a brick wall. You don't start to build a brick wall, come to work the next day, knock the bit down that you built, and then rebuild it again, so it's all built in one day. And I'm fine that. And the canopy I got with this kit is atrocious anyway. I mean, just go back and have a look at the review. When I saw Nigel's canopy on his Super Hornet is way better than mine. Way better. For stars, I couldn't see any swirl marks in the plastic, which I've got on this. And I've actually, I don't know whether we're going to see it, but there is, oh, there you go. Look at that. The swirl marks. I mean, there's swirl marks in this. I've never seen swirl marks in. This is why I'm wondering whether I bought this too early. Perhaps I should have let quite a few go through the moulds first, and then deal with it. But yeah, it is. I mean, it's not soul destroying, but it is a trying kit. And the thing is, when you get something like this, you know, you think, yeah, look at that, super hornet. And then you start putting it together. It's not a hard kit to build. It does have its, I mean, you've got to fill the gaps all around the bottom of there. I mean, there's still a gap, still a crack where there's a join line here. But if the tail planes are going straight, you're not going to see that anyway. And then like I say, it's just all sorts of bits and bobs. I just noticed that I've lost this bloody sodding thing here. Yeah, you know, I mean the wheelbase, you know, they could definitely do with a bit more entertainment when they're just bland, bare, boring wheelbase. So, you know, the front one's nice. The front one's got a nice wheel, but it's got a bit of entertainment in it. The fan blades, again, I'm not going to bother showing you because you can't see them. But the fan blades, they haven't really got a shock cone on them. It's just a tiny little dot in the middle. So when you, I mean, I've got a ton of reference on these things, and although there's a ton of it, you don't need a ton of it. All you need is one book, and that book is done by a guy called Jake Malemi, and it's about the Super one. Now, he did an update one, and he added a couple more bits and bobs in it. Just get that. Shows you the engine on the trolley. It shows you the back, the front of the engine, all round the engine. It shows you the engine in the aircraft. It shows you all the airframes that the Super Hornet's got, from the single-seater to the twin-seater. It shows you the growler. And, you know, it's just a superb book. You just need the one book. And if you want to get those books, anything like that, my one place I always go for reference on aircraft is the Aviation Bookshop. It's based in Tunbridge Wells in Kent, and what they don't know about aviation ain't worth knowing. So if you want good reference, look up the Aviation Bookshop, and it's either Justin or Simon you want to speak to. Simon's the owner, Justin's his partner in crime, and and they will sort you out, no problem at all. They're open Monday to Friday, with those two running the shop, and then Saturdays they're open, and there's a guy there, Rowley, who works on the Saturday shift. And yeah, they're all nice blokes. They're all helpful. They do sell model kits as well. They're not a big model kit retailer, but they do sell a lot of second-hand kits. So if you want to pay them a visit, then they're down the bottom end of Tunbridge Wells, and they're just over the road from the Tunbridge Wells railway station, where if you come out the railway station, you have to turn left. You'll get the range over the road. On the opposite side of the road, there's some barbers and a shop, and they're the last one down by the zebra crossing. So that's the Aviation Bookshop. They're online as well, theaviationbookshop.com, I think it is. Just look them up, but all you'll see on the aviation on the website is books, because they are mainly a bookshop. They're not a model shop. They don't stock glues or paints. They just get whatever's in. They carry a few new kits, but most of it is just second-hand kits. So, and you do get some bargains in there as well. So yeah, so getting back to this, if you want some good reference, go to the Aviation Bookshop. I can't show you any reference at the moment because all my books are locked away in a garage, and no, I can't really get to them. So it's a bit of a shame, but otherwise I would have shown you exactly what it is. So there we go. So going back to the model, so I've got to flatten this off. I don't know what I'm going to do with them joints, because if I fill them all in, then you take all the petals away. Definitely have to sand this down. As for the scoops on the back, the auxiliary scoops, again, I really don't know what I'm going to do with them either. I mean, I could try cutting them out and doing what I said, but the trouble is they're so thin it'll probably destroy them, so I'll probably have to leave them as is. But this won't be, well, none of my models are competition models, but this definitely won't be one of them. And as for the canopy, I still haven't got in touch with Revell UK yet, so yeah, that'll be one. And I never know, I think I might have to get a new nose. I can feel a dent in it where it doesn't look like it's dented. No. It feels pretty smooth, but there you go. Anyway, before I lose total interest in it, I'm going to call it a day there. I'm going to crack on and get this sanded down. And that's it. So that's me done for the moment on my channel, and that's an update on the Revell 32 Super Hornet. And to everyone out there that's fathers, all the fathers, happy Father's Day. And enjoy, stay safe, like and subscribe, it helps the channel. I've noticed the channel's gone up about 14 members, I think it is, since I last looked about a week or so ago. So yeah, it's growing slowly. So yeah, just hoping to progress to, was it 1,000 subscribers? And then I might get, I don't know, tuppence halfpenny for a bit of pocket money for some paint and globes. But wishful thinking. But there you go. Anyway, like and subscribe. Don't be afraid to shove something in the comments if you want to know anything. If there's anything you want to see me do, if I can do it while I'm here in this this flat, because I can't always get on with things because of the weather has been so warm. I can't, you know, spraying is just out of the question. So yeah, if there's anything you want to know, then just give us a shout either in the comments or on me email, which is viper494fg at gmail.com. So there you go, you can use a Gmail account. And yeah, right, okay, fellas, lads, lassies, guys and girls, it's time to say goodbye again for another time. Until the next time, take it easy, keep sticking knees together, and we'll see you soon. Bye.